So the Finals Season 3 is out, and I'm here to tell you if the game is still worth trying, because I think for myself and a lot of people, it just sort of fell out of favor. I have completely ignored this game for the past like 2 or 2.5 months at this point. And I saw the big Season 3 trailer with the, the samurai, crazy, Japanese-looking map. I said, okay, well, I'll try it again. So I re-downloaded the game, updated all the drivers and whatnot, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video, and follow FPS-related content. If you're new to the channel, I typically focus on Battlefield, Call of Duty, and really any FPS games that come out. So if you're interested in that sort of content, I also stream every single day on twitch.tv/enders, link in the description, and I stream every day on this YouTube channel at the very same time. I do multi-stream. So now then, the final Season 3. What's going on with it, and is the game still worth playing? Surprisingly, when I checked the Steam charts for this game actually has a pretty decent player base. So it made me wonder why I don't really see much content for this game. And while I don't, go out and actively seek content for the game, you'd think I would see people, at least in my Twitter circle, or just random people on Twitter, or really anywhere, posting clips and talking about the game. But at least in my experience, I don't. And I vividly remember the last time I played the finals. It was the very first day of Season 2. I played it, and I determined, well, this is essentially just the same game, and it's sort of repetitive, so I'm not going to play it anymore. Fast forward a few months, and here we are on the first day, or at least a couple days after Season 3 is announced. Has the game changed very much? Not really. Sure, there are different balance things, like for instance, the Lewis gun and the F-car have been heavily nerfed. They definitely feel different. Maybe they changed some damage stuff around. There's some new weapons. I've been Roadhog hooked by the Heavy, and I've had Steven Seagal in full ninja outfit trying to stab me with a spear. I also encountered some sort of crazy light player with blades that reflect your bullets. But other than that, the general gameplay of the game seems to be the exact same, minus the fact that you don't get blown up by C4 barrels anymore, which is great. In terms of the new stuff for Season 3, the new map is actually pretty cool. I think the building design can be a little annoying, but then again, you can just blow the buildings up, so it's not like it really matters. And the game mode, at least the ranked game mode, which is 5v5 diffuse, people are complaining about it. People don't seem to enjoy it that much. And I'm sure, as with anything, there will be someone in the comments that say, oh, I love this game mode. I think it's my favorite mode. That's totally fine. But when I went to play this new ranked mode for the season, I don't think it really emphasizes the strengths of the finals. I don't think the finals lends itself very well to single life sort of diffuse game modes. There are obvious balance differences between each class, and I think generally speaking the game just plays better when there are revives and when destruction matters more and when the fights are more elongated. In terms of other things they have added in Season 3, they added this quote-unquote complete the career circuit thing. This is essentially a season-long career circuit with challenges, and you can unlock a bunch of things. And as far as I can tell, it's just supposed to be there to incentivize you to play the game for longer, which makes sense because there's also a new battle pass. But other than that, taking a look at this season, there really isn't much else. They added some new weapons, there's some new gadgets, there's, I believe, one new map, the career circuit, then the battle pass. That's not really that much, to be honest, for an entire season of a video game. In fact, this is giving me Battlefield 2042 levels of content, and that's not good, ladies and gentlemen. I just really have to emphasize, that's not good. So unless I am missing something, I'm left underwhelmed initially at Season 3. I think the final's biggest problem is its repetition, right? The game feels repetitive to play. When I launched this game, even after not having played it for months, I felt like I was just right back in the groove. It didn't necessarily feel that much different, even though I was playing a new game mode and there was a new season, I was trying to use like different things. It just sort of has the same vibe. And I just want to clarify, it's not as if I was expecting anything vastly different. I just think the finals is sort of meh. It's like, it's a fun game to play every once in a while, but I don't think it's a game that many people will sit down and continue to play every single day until the game eventually dies years later. But don't get me wrong, I actually think this is probably one of the best FPS games we've had in the past 5 or 6 years. I just think it didn't captivate as many people as they'd hope it would captivate. And that's why I mentioned the fact that I don't really see many people talking about the content for this game or making content for this game. First of all, whenever I stream this game, people comment that it's boring to watch. I've had multiple people, even after not having streamed this game for months, comment it's boring. Like, they don't like the downtime. That's kind of just unavoidable in this game. Every once in a while, you're going to be that team that no one fights, and then you sit there for an entire cash out doing nothing. How do you fix that? I don't really know, to be honest with you, because you can't really leave it. You can't really go and fight people all the time. You have to defend it for at least a little bit of time. And then if you go play the 5v5, the 5v5 can be a little boring to watch too, because sometimes you just get insta-killed and you're left to watch your entire team for the round. And then sometimes there's a goose chase for the last player in the 5v5, and it's just, 4 or 5 people searching for the single person for like 2 minutes. And then when you look at other things to make content about this game, at least from a creator's perspective like me, okay, I could make class setups or the best weapons videos. But past that, there's really not much, because the only thing you have left is the gameplay, and once again, people tend to think the gameplay is a bit boring, even if you're really good at the game. So all in all, I think the Finals is actually a fairly decent game, but perhaps it's just not a game for me. I can come back and play this game every few months or perhaps every few weeks and have just a totally fine time, but it's not one of those games that I'm going to sit down and play every single day. The game isn't dead. It has a completely fine player base. At least the last time I looked on Steam, it was reaching peaks around like 31,000 players just on Steam alone, which of course is completely playable in really any region, perhaps besides OCE. And it just really comes down to, if you enjoy the Finals and you love the gameplay loop, then you're gonna play the game. In terms of what I would love to see the Finals do with their game in terms of additions or just things they might change, I would like to see a complete meta shift in the game. If you remember, Heavy for the longest time was the meta. As far as I can tell, lights are really good right now, so are mediums. Heavy's a little weaker, but still definitely strong. I would like to see a season where they just sort of totally shift the narrative. I want to see a season where lights are hard meta and maybe Heavy doesn't get picked. Then next season, medium's the meta and maybe lights don't get picked. And then on top of that, introduce more different game modes. They can do something with, like, say, a full-on battle royale, or like an extraction shooter, or just some sort of different take on the Finals itself. And they have been doing that, but I think the 5v5 mode is a bit of a miss for me, in my opinion. I don't think it, again, lends itself very well to the Finals' strengths as a game. So, overall, after playing the Finals for the first time in a couple months, I'm left with the impression that it's just sort of, whatever. Might play it a couple times per week, then it'll fizzle out, and then a new season will come out, and then I'll come back and play it, and then the same cycle will repeat over and over again. Definitely comment down below and let me know what you think about this game, or if you have played it, or if you've completely ignored the game just like I have. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. I do FPS related content. I also stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. Give my channel a follow. And of course, I stream on YouTube as well. Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. All links are in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.